Hello everyone, today we are going to solve O-Levels paper 2 in a session October-November 2020 paper 2-2. So let's begin with the first question. In question number 1, A part, the cash price of a car is $13,000. Marta pays in installment for this car. Marta pays a deposit of 15% of the cash price. So first we need to find what is the 15% of cash price. So it means 15% of the cash price is $13,000. So it would be 15 divides 100 times 13,000. Okay, so we have 15 divides 100 times 13,000. This would be 1,950. So this would be $1,950, right? Okay, then she pays 24 monthly installments of $500. Okay, so 24 monthly installments of $500. So it is going to multiply with 500. So what it would be, 24 times 500, it would be $12,000, right? Okay, now calculate the total amount Marta pays for the car. So we need to find the total. We need to add both of them. So 12,000 plus 1,950, this would be $13,950. Now for the B part, the price of a phone is reduced by 12% in sale. Okay, so a reduction of 12%. The sale price of a phone is $286. So this is the sale price. Calculate the price of a phone before the sale price. Okay, so let me say the price of a phone before the sale price is P and the sale price is S. Okay, so we need to find the price of a phone before the sale. So it would be X and the sale price is 286. Right? Okay, and the price before the sale is 100% and the sale price is 12% reduction. So we need to subtract 12%. So what it would be, this would be 88%. So 88% would be this price. Okay, so if 88% is 286, what would be 1%? 1% is 286 divides 88. And we need to find the price of a phone before the sale, that is 100%. So what is 100%? 100% is 286 divides 88 times 100. We will get the price of a phone before the sale. So let me do it. 286 divides 88 times 100. This would be 325. So this is the price of a phone before the sale. Okay, now for the C part, the exchange rate between the dollars and pounds is this. The exchange rate between the euros and pounds is this. Calculate the exchange rate between the dollars and euros. Give your answer correct to 2 decimal place. We need to find $1 equals to how much euros. Okay, so we have given the two exchange rates. Dollars into pounds, euros into pounds. So from both of them, we need to find what is the pound. So from the first exchange rate, we have 1 over $0.71 would be equals to 1 pound, right? And from the second exchange rate, 1 over 0.87 euros would be equals to 1 pound. Right? Okay, now we need to compare both of them and we will get the dollars in terms of euros. So 1 divides 0.71 would be equals to 1 divides 0.87 euros, right? And we need to find our answer for $1 in terms of euros. So we need to find for $1, this would be equals to 0.71 divides 0.87 euros. So let me do it. 0.71 divides 0.87. So this would be 0.816. euros, and we need to write our answer to 2 decimal place, so it would be 0.82. 0.82. Now for the D part, Samuel invest $1,500 in an account paying 1.9% per year compound interest. So the investment and the interest rate, and it is a compound interest. Nina invests $1,500 in an account paying 1.9% per year simple interest. Then they leave their money in their account for 5 years. So this is a time period. At the end of 5 years, how much more money does Samuel have in his account than Nina has in hers? Okay, so for Samuel, we are going to use a formula for the compound interest. And the compound interest is A amount equals to principal into 1 plus r over n into nt. This is for the Samuel, the compound interest. And the simple interest formula is A would be equals to P into 1 plus RT. Okay, now we need to find both amounts. Amount would be equals to principal for the investment for the Samuel is 1,500. 1 plus r is the interest rate, that is 1.9%. So for percent, we need to divide by 100. N is the compounding period. So it is for 1 year, so it is just 1. Again, this n is 1 and t is a time in terms of year, that is 5. And from here, the amount would be the principal, that is the investment. 1 plus r is the interest rate, again 1.9%. So it is dividing by 100 and time is 5 years. Okay, now let me simplify both of them separately. So for the first one, for Samuel, so 1.9 divides 100, add 1, and the exponent is 5, and then times by 1,500, it would be 1648.01. So the amount would be 1648.02. Correct to 2 decimal places. Okay, now let me find for the Nina's case. 1.9 divides 100 times 5, add 1 times 1,500. This would be, the amount is 1642.5. Okay, now we need to find how much more money does Samuel have in his account than Nina has in hers. Okay, so we need to find the comparison. So basically we need to do Samuel's subtract Nina. So 1648.02 subtract 1642.5. Okay, so 1648.02 subtract with the Nina's, it would be $5.52. $5.52. Now for question number 2, in A part, a group of 80 students each completed a task. So the total number of students are 80. The table shows the time, t minutes each student took to complete the task, time, t minutes, and the frequency we have given. Now for the first part, on the grid, draw the cumulative frequency diagram to represent this information. For cumulative frequency diagram, we need the coordinates first. So for the coordinates, if I can draw the coordinates for the time t, that when we can say when the time is less than equals to 20, what would be the cumulative frequency? The cumulative frequency is 0. For less than equals to 20, it would be 0. When it is less than equals to 40, for 40, the cumulative frequency is 10. When it is less than equals to 60, for 60, it is 20 plus 10, this would be 30. When it is less than equals to 80, for 80, we have 34 plus 30, this would be 64. When it is less than equals to 100, for 100, we have 12. So what is 12 plus 64? So 12 plus 64 would be 76. And when it is less than equals to 120, it would be 76 plus 4. This would be equals to 80. Right? Okay. Now we can use the time. these and the cumulative frequencies to get the cumulative frequency graph. So when the time is 20, the cumulative frequency would be 0. So let me plot the first point. When the time is 20, the time is 20 over here and the cumulative frequency 0. So this would be the first point, right? Now for the second point, when the time is 40, the cumulative frequency is 10. So for 40, it would be 10, 40 and 10. Yes. For 60, it would be 30. 60 and 20, and this is 30, right? Now for 80, it would be 64. 80, and we have a 60 over here and 64, 62 and 64 over here. Yes. And when the time is 100, the cumulative frequency is 76. Okay. So for 100, we have 100 over here and we are going up 70, 72, 74 and 76, this point. And for the last point, when the time is 120 minutes, and the cumulative frequency is 80. So for 120 minutes, the cumulative frequency is 80, would be this point. Okay. Now let me connect all of the points to get a smooth curve. This would be the cumulative frequency diagram. Okay. Now for the second part, use your diagram to estimate the median. Okay. So for the median is basically half of the value. So half of 80. This means we need to find the 40th value. That would be the median. Okay, now we need to go back to the cumulative frequency diagram and find out the 40th value. So we have 40 over here. At what point it cuts? So the 40th value in my case is 68. So the median is 68 minutes. Now for the B part, the interquartile range. Interquartile range is basically Q3 minus Q1, right? Q3 is 3 by 4th of the value, that is 3 by 4th of 80. And Q1 is 1 by 4 of the value, that is 1 by 4 of 80. So let's see what is Q3. So 3 by 4 of 80, we need to find the 60th value. Subtract Q1, that is 1 by 4 of 80, 20th value. Okay. Now let me go back and find out the 60th and the 20th value. So this would be the point 60. Let me draw the straight line from 60 and find out the point. Yes. So 70, 72, 74, 76 is the 60th value. Now for the 20th value, it would be this straight line. And this would be 52. Okay. Now we have 76 and 52. So the answer would be 76 subtract 52. 76 minus 52, 24. So 24 minutes is the interquartile range. Now for the B part, a group of 160 adults each completed the same task. So now the total number of adults are 160. The table shows the number of errors made by each of these adults. So the number of errors and the frequency. Now calculate the mean. Okay, so how can we calculate the mean? The formula for the mean is sum of fx dividing by the total, and the total is 160. So f is a frequency and x are the number of errors. So this is x and this is f. Now we need to find fx, the product of f and x. So 0 times 24 is 0. 1 times 30 is 30. Now 2 times 50 is 100. 3 times 32 is 96. 4 times 16 is 64. 5 times 8 is 40. Okay. Now we need to find what is summation of fx, the total of this fx. So 0 plus 30 plus 100 plus 96 plus 64 plus 40. So this is 330. So this would be equals to 330 and dividing by 160. So what is the mean? Divides 160. 2.063. Now for the second part, one of the adults is selected at random. Find the probability that this adult made more than 3 errors. So for more than 3 errors, it means it can be 4 errors or 5 errors. And the frequency for 4 is 16 and the frequency for 5 is 8. And the total number of adults we know is 160. Okay, so for more than 3 errors, we have 4 errors plus 5 errors. 16 plus 8 divides the total number of adults are 160. So we have 16 plus 8 is 24. So the probability is 24 out of 160, right? Now for the second part, 2 of the adults are selected at random. Find the probability that they each made exactly 1 error. Okay, so for exactly 1 error, as you can see in the probabilities, and the frequency is 30 for exactly 1 error. Oh, and the total are 160. Okay, so if the first adult make exactly 1 error, the frequency is 30 and the total adults are 160. Times the second adult make exactly one error, so now 29 are left and here 159 is left, right? Okay, now we have 30 times 29, it would be 870, divides 160 times 159, it would be 25,440. 870 divide with that number, so it would be 29 divides 848. So the answer in the simplest form for this probability is 29 divides 848. Question number 3 in A part, complete the table for this equation. The value of y are given correct to 2 decimal places where appropriate. Okay, so we need to find the y value when x is equals to 7. So just substitute x equals to 7 over here. So y would be equals to 7 by 4 plus 2 by 7. We will get the value for y. So let me do it. 7 divides 4 plus 2 divides 7. This would be equals to 2.035. So correct to 2 decimal place, it would be 2.04. 2.04. Yes. Now for the B part, on the grid, draw the graph of the function for x equals to 0.5 to x equals to 7. Okay, when x is 0.5, the y is 4.13. So x is 0.5 over here, the y is 4.13. So let me find y equals to 4.13. The y is 4, 4.1 and 4.13 in the middle of 4.1 and 4.2. Now for the second point, when x is 1, the y is 2.25. The x is equals to 1, y is 2.25. 2, 2.1, 2.2, 2.25. This point. The third point, when x is 1.5, the y is 1.71. X is 1.5 over here and 1.71. So 1, 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7 and 1.71 in the middle. When X is 2, the Y is 1.5. Okay, so for 2, it is just 1.5. This point is 1.5. When X is 3, it is 1.42. For X equals to 3, 1.1, 2, 3, 4 and 1.42. When X is equals to 4, it is 1.5. X is 4, it is 1.5. Again, it is 1.5. Now, when X is equals to 5, it is 1.65. Okay. For X equals to 5, it is 1.5, 1.6 and 1.65. For X equals to 6, it is 1.83. Okay, when X is equals to 6 over here, it is 1.5, 6, 7, 8 and 83. Okay, the last point when X is 7, it is 2.04. Okay, so for X equals to 7 over here, so we have 2.04, closer to 2. Yes. Let me connect all of the points to get a smooth curve for the given function. So this is a curve for the given function. Now for the C part, by drawing a tangent, estimate the gradient of the function when X is equals to 1. Okay, so going back to the graph, and first we need to draw the tangent at X is equals to 1 and then finding the gradient. Okay, so X is equals to 1 is this point. So we need to draw the tangent at X is equals to 1. So this would be the tangent. And we need to find out the slope, the gradient. So for the gradient, we need the 2 points. So if I can fix the first point, let's say this point, and another point, I would like to take this one. Yes. So what is this point? Y is equals to 3 over here, and what is the X? X is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this point is 0.5 and 3. And this point, when Y is 1, what is X? X is 1.9 and 1. Okay, now let me find out the gradient. Gradient is basically the slope. So the formula for the slope is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this point we can take x1 y1, this is x2 y2. So y2 minus y1 is 3 minus 1 divides x2 minus x1 is 0.5 minus 1.9. Yes, so 3 minus 1 is 2, so we have 0.5 subtract 1.9, it would be negative of 1.4. Okay, 2 divides negative of 1.4, this would be minus 1.43. Yes, if we are rounding to 2 decimal place. So the gradient at the tangent x equals to 1 is minus 1.4. So this is the answer for the C part, negative of 1.43. Now for the D part, the first on the grid, draw the graph of this. Okay, so we can draw the graph of this equation by using the x and the y intercept method. So when x is equals to 0, So what is the value for y? So 2y would be equals to 6 and y would be equals to 3. So the point is 0, 3. And when y equals to 0, so y equals to 0, so x would be equals to 6. So the point is 6, 0. So we are going to use the point 6, 0 and 0, 3, and we need to draw the graph for this equation. Okay, so 6 and 0. So x is 6 and the y is 0, and 0, 3, it would be this point. Okay, let me connect both of them. Yes. So this is a graph of a given line. Now for the second part, write down the x coordinates of the points of intersection of the graph of a line and the curve. Okay. So this green line touches the curve at this point and at this point. Okay, we need to find just the x coordinates, right? Yes, that's the x coordinates. So let me figure out what are the x coordinates for this point. Here the x coordinate is 0.9, and at this point the x coordinate is 3.2. So the two x coordinates are 0.9 and 3.2. Now for the third part, these coordinates are the solutions of the equation. Use this equation and the curve to find the value of A and the value of B. Okay, so if I can arrange this equation in terms of y, so it would be y is equals to negative of x, positive of 6, and dividing by 2. This would be the y and this is the y. We can compare both equations. So it would be negative x plus 6 dividing by 2, and this would be equals to x by 4 plus 2 by x. Okay, now we have minus x plus 6 divides 2, and we have, let me take the LCM, 4x, so it would be x square plus 8. Now we are going to do a cross multiplication, so 4x is going to multiply with 6 minus x, and 2 is going to multiply with x square plus 8. 4 times 6 is 24x minus 4x square equals to 2x square plus 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, now for further simplification, if we can take 24x minus 4x square minus 2x square minus 16 equals to 0, right? Now we have 4 and then this 2, so it would be negative of 6x square, positive of 24x, and negative of 16 equals to 0. Okay, so if I compare this with this equation, you can see the x square coefficient is positive of 3. So how can we make our x square coefficient positive of 3 if we are going to divide with negative of 2, right? Dividing by negative of 2, right? So we have negative 6 divides negative 2, this would be 3, right? So 3x square, and 24 divides minus 2 would be minus 12x, and we have negative 16 divides negative 2, this would be 8. Positive 8 would be equals to 0. So the equation, if we compare it, it would be 3x square plus ax plus b. So a is negative 12 and the b is 8, right? A is negative of 12 and the b value is 8. Now for question number 4 in A part, The diagram shows a solid formed by joining a cylinder to the hemisphere. The diameter of a cylinder is 9 centimeter. And what would be the radius? As we know that the radius is half of a diameter, diameter dividing by 2. This would be 9 dividing by 2. And we have 9 divided 2 would be equals to 4.5. So 4.5 is a radius of a cylinder, right? And the height of the cylinder is 16 centimeter. Now for the first part, the volume of a hemisphere is equals to the volume of a cylinder. Show that the radius of a hemisphere is 7.86 centimeter, correct to 2 decimal place. Okay, so by using the given information we can find out the radius of the hemisphere. So the volume of a hemisphere would be equal to the volume of a cylinder. So the formula for the volume of hemisphere is 2 by 3 pi r cube. This would be equals to volume of a cylinder. This is pi r square h, right? So we can cancel the pi from both sides. So it would be 2 by 3 r cube. We don't know the radius of hemisphere, and this would be equals to radius of a cylinder is 4.5. So it would be 4.5 whole square times the height of a cylinder is 16, right? So r cube would be equals to 4.5 whole square times 16, and it would be multiplied by 3 by 2. We are going to do the reciprocal for this fraction, and for r we need to do the cube root definitely. So let me find 4.5 square times 16 times 3 divides 2, and doing its cube root, and we will get 7.86. So the radius is 7.86 centimeter, correct to 2 decimal place, right? Now for the second part, calculate the total surface area of a solid. Okay, to get the total surface area of a solid, as you can see, the top surface is, what is a top surface? The top surface is a circle. So we need to find the area of a circle, right? This is the curved surface. So we need to find the curved surface area of a cylinder, right? And then we need to find the surface area for this hemisphere. And this one is a circle again. So we need to find the area of a larger circle, and this is a smaller circle, the base. And we need to exclude this smaller circle, right? So the top is area of a circle, that is pi r square, right? This is the surface area, the curved surface area of a cylinder, that is equals to 2 pi r h. And the base is the surface area of a hemisphere is, or the surface area of a hemisphere, this would be equals to 2 pi r square. And this shape look like a circle. As you can see, this is a circle, the bigger circle, and this is a smaller circle. So we just need to find this circle. We need to subtract that area. So area of a circle, as we know that it is pi r square. This is for the larger, and then we can subtract the smaller one. And this would be the total surface area. Okay, so let me write it down separately. So area of this circle, what it would be, pi. Our radius for this is 4.5, as we know. So it would be pi times 4.5 whole square. This is a curved surface area of a cylinder, that is 2 pi 4.5, and the height is 16. This is a surface area of a hemisphere, that is 2 pi radius of hemisphere. We just got it, that is 7.86 square. And this this is a circle, so we need to find the area of a circle, that is pi, and the radius of a larger circle is basically the radius of the hemisphere. This is the hemisphere. This would be 7.86 square minus the radius of the area of a smaller one. So this is pi r square. The smaller is 4.5 whole square. Now we need to add all these four quantities to get the total surface area of this solid. So let me do it. So if I can do it over here, the total surface area, what it would be? The total surface area would be this, pi 4.5 whole square plus 2 pi 4.5 times 16 plus this one 2 pi 7.86 whole square plus this one. So let me calculate this one first. So pi is common. We can do 7.86 square and then subtract 4.5 square and then times by 3.14. This would be 130.40. So let me write it down over here. It would be 130.40, right? Okay, so let me add the rest of the quantities. So we have plus 2 times 3.14 times 7.86 times 7.86 and then plus 2 times 3.14 times 4.5 times 16 and then plus 3.14 times 4.5 times 4.5. So the total surface area we got is 1034.12. So let me write it down. So the total surface area of a solid in terms of centimeter square is 1034 centimeter square. Now for the B part, a different solid is in the shape of a cuboid. The cuboid measures 8 centimeter by 4 centimeter by 6 centimeter. These measurements are given correct to the nearest centimeters. Calculate the lower bound of the volume of the cuboid. We need to find the lower bound for the volume of a cuboid. So as we know, the volume of a cuboid is length times width times height. Now we need to find the lower bound of the dimensions because it is correct to the nearest centimeter, basically 1 centimeter, right? So the lower bound of 8 is 7.5 times the lower bound of 4 is 3.5 times the lower bound of 6 is 5.5. We will get the volume, right? So let me do it. 7.5 times 3.5 times 5.5. So it would be 144.375 centimeter cube. Question number 5, A part. Geeta has n stems, right? Ravi has twice as many stems as Geeta. So the Ravi has 2n stems. Sanjay has 7 fewer stems than Ravi. So for Sanjay, it would be 2n subtract 7. 7 fewer than Ravi. Altogether, 3 children have 108 stems. So altogether, for Geeta, for Ravi, and for Sanjay, the sum would be 108. Form an equation in n. So this would be the equation and solve it. Find the number of stems Sanjay has. So this would be for Sanjay. We need to find n and put over here and find out the number of stems for Sanjay. So n plus 2n plus 2n would be 5n and 108 subtract 7. This would be 108 plus 7 would be 115. 115. So from here, n would be equals to 115 divides 5. Divides 5, it would be 23. So when the n value is 23, we need to find the number of stems for Sanjay. So it would be 2n subtract 7. So 2 times 23 subtract 7, this would be 39. So Sanjay has 39 stamps. Now for the B part, we need to simplify this expression. This is pretty easy. So we have a division. So we need to take a reciprocal of the second fraction and convert it into multiplication. 6t square v cube divides 5 times v square over 3t square. I just did the reciprocal. Now 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6. T square is cancelled with t square. So we are left with 2v cube and v square over 5. So it would be 2v5 over 5. Now for the C part, we need to simplify this expression. So as we can see, the numerator is x whole square negative 4 whole square, and for the denominator we can break the midterm. It's a quadratic expression. We can do a factorization. 3 times 8 is 24, and we know that 2 times 12 is 24, and 12 minus 2 would be equals to 10. We can break the midterm. So in the denominator we have 3x square plus 12x minus 2x minus 8. Okay, let me factorize it. So in the numerator we are going to use a formula of a square minus b square, that is a plus b into a minus b. And for the denominator we have 3 and x is common. We are left with x plus 4. Negative 4 is common, negative 2 is common. We have x plus 4. Okay, now let me combine the factors of the denominator. We have x plus 4 into x minus 4 over x plus 4 into 3x minus 2. Now we can cancel the like factors from the numerator and the denominator, and the answer would be x minus 4 divides 3x minus 2. Question number 6. F of x and g of x we have given. Now for the first part we need to find f of negative 5. So just substitute x equals to negative 5 over here. It would be 4 to subtract negative 5. This would be 4 into 2 plus 5. This is 4 into 2 plus 5 is 7. So 4 times 7 is 28. Now for the B part, solve the inequality. F of x is greater than 3. So just put f of x over here. 4 into 2 minus x is greater than 3. 2 minus x is greater than 3 by 4. Minus x is greater than 3 by 4 minus 2. So we have 3 by 4 and subtract 2. It would be negative 5 by 4. So negative x is greater than negative 5 by 4, and when in inequality, when we multiply with a negative sign, we can reverse the inequality. So x is less than 5 by 4. We are going to reverse the inequality sign from greater to smaller. Now for the third part, C, find f inverse of x. So for f inverse of x, we need to put y equals to f of x, that is 4 into 2 minus x. Then we are going to replace the y with x and the x with y, and then the next step is we need to solve for y. So x by 4 and subtract 2 would be negative y. So the positive of y would be equals to f inverse of x. So from here y is representing f inverse of x, and this would be equals to 2 plus x by 4, or we can say that 4 times 2 is 8 plus x dividing by 4. Now for the D part, f of p would be equals to g of 2p plus 1. Find the value of p. So we need to put f of p and g of 2p plus 1 equals and finding for p. So f of p is just replacing x with p. 4 into 2 minus p, and just replace x with 2p plus 1 in g of x. 7 minus 3 times 2p plus 1 and then dividing by 5. Okay, now let me simplify it. So it would be 4 times 2 is 8 minus 4p. This would be equals to 5 times 7 is 35 minus 3 times 2 is 6, p minus 3 dividing by 5. Now we can do a cross multiplication. 5 times 8 is 40. 5 times 2 is 20p. This would be equals to negative 6p, and 35 subtract 3 would be 32. Right? Now we have minus 20p plus 6p would be equals to 32 minus 40. So we have 6 subtract 20. This would be negative of 14p. This would be equals to 32 subtract 40 would be negative of 8. So p would be equals to negative 8 divide negative of 14. It would be 4 by 7. Yes, keep it as it is. 4 by 7 is the value for p. Question number 7 in A part. The diagram shows a part of an n-sided regular polygon A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So for a regular polygon, it means all the sides are same and all the interior angles are also same. This angle E, F, G, all the sides and all the angles are same. Now we have given the information that DCF is 24 degrees and EFC is 24 degrees. And find the value of n. We need to find n, that is number of sides of this regular polygon. Okay, so before finding out the sides, we need the interior angle. So as we can see, DC, DEF, this shape is a quadrilateral. 1, 2, 3, 4, having 4 sides, right? And as we can see, we have given this angle C is 24, this angle F is 24. It means the angle D and angle E. If these two angles are same, these two must be equal, right? So let's say these two angles are X. We can find out the, so the angle D is X plus angle E is X plus angle, X. Angle C is 24. Angle F is 24 and sum of all angles of a quadrilateral is 360, right? So we have 2x would be equals to 360, subtract 24, it would be 312, and the x would be equals to divide 2, this is 156. So it means all the interior angles are 156. This is 156. Right, 156. So these all the angles are 156 degrees. Now we need to find the value for n. So if it is a regular polygon, we are going to use the formula, that is 180 into n minus 2 divides n would be equals to the interior angle, that is 156. Right, now we can easily find out the value for n. So if we can do a cross multiplication, so we have 180n minus 180 times 2 would be 360. This would be equals to 156n. 180n minus 156n would be equals to 360. So 180 subtract 156 would be 24. 24n would be 360. 360 divides 24 is n. So it is 15-sided polygon. So n value is 15. Now for the second part, find HFG. So where is HFG? H, F, and G. Let me draw this triangle separately if I can draw it over here. So we have, this is G and this is H. Yes. So this shape is H, F, and G. So we need to find this angle, right? As we know that it is a regular polygon and all the sides are same. So means when this side and this side is same, so the angle F and the angle H is same, and the angle G we already got is 156. So when the two sides and two angles of a triangle is same, that angle is an isosceles triangle. We can find out the missing angle by using the formula that if this angle is x plus 156, sum of all angles of a triangle is 1. 2x would be equals to 180, subtract 156. So we will get the value for x by dividing by 2. So 180 subtract 156 divides 2. So x is equals to 12. So the angle HFG is 12 degrees. Now for the B part, PQRS is a parallelogram. So if it is a parallelogram, it means the opposite sides are parallel. So this side equals to this side is parallel to this side, right? TU, T to U, and SQ, S to Q intersect at X. TU is parallel to QR, T to U is parallel to Q to R. Okay, so it means TU is parallel to QR and PS as well. Okay, the next information we have given is TQ. TQ is 1, PT is 2, 1:2, and all together when we can do its sum, this would be equals to 3. And UR, U to R is 1, and SU, S to U is 2. And all together S to R is 2 plus 1. This is equals to 3. Right? Okay, now for the first part, show that the triangle PQS, PQS, this triangle is similar to the triangle TQX, this triangle. Give your reason for each statement you make. Okay, so that's pretty easy to show that the two triangles are similar because one triangle is inside of the other. So PQS and TQX, as you can see, angle Q is common in both of the triangles. So we can say that PQS is equals to TQX, common angle. This is a reason. Okay, now we have done with this common angle. Now we are left with the angle P, S, and the angle T and X. Okay, so as we know that T to U is TU and PS, these two sides are parallel. So when these two sides are parallel and these two sides are joined with the same line PQ, so angle P and angle T, these two angles must be same. So we can say that SPQ is equals to XTQ. Why? Because the line TU is parallel to PS. And when we have done with the two angle, the rest of the angle is left S and X. So we can say that angle PSQ is equals to the angle TXQ. This is a third angle in a triangle. Third angle. So we can say by using angle postulate, triangle PQS is similar to triangle TQX. Okay. Now for the second part, find the ratio SX and SQ. Okay. So we have S to X and S to Q. So as we can see, we have, if we are going to use a concept of a similar triangle, we have a triangle PQS. This triangle is similar to the triangle TQX. So the sides, as you can see, the side ratio of the bigger triangle PQS, the side ratio is 3. And for the smaller triangle, the side ratio is just 1, right? So if for the bigger one, if the side ratio is 3, it means P to Q, sorry, S to Q is also 3, right? And what is SX? When SQ is 3 and this is 1, so this would be equals to 2, right? So this is 2 and this is 1 and the all together is 3, right? So S to X is 2 and S to Q is 3. So we can say that it is 2:3. Now for the third part, find the ratio area of a triangle TQX, ratio area of a parallelogram PQRS. Okay, so area of a triangle TQX, this one, and we need to find the area of this parallelogram. So as we can see, this parallelogram is composed of two bigger triangle, PQS and SRQ, these two triangles, right? And for the bigger one, these triangles, the dimensions, or we can say that the side lengths are 3, right? For the bigger triangles, the side lengths are 3, and for this smaller one, the side length is just 1, right? So we can say that so this is area of triangle TQX ratio. Area of a parallelogram is basically area of two triangles. Area of triangle PQS plus area of triangle SQ and R. Express as simply as possible in terms of P and or Q for the first OC. So where is OC? So first we need to draw OC. Let me draw the line O to C. So O to C follows a path O to B and then B to C, right? So OB, this is the total, as I can say, this would be 4P. The total is O to B is 4P. When B to C, the direction is just Q. So O to C is OB, that is 4P, OB plus BC. O to B is this 4P plus B to C, A to D and O to E. These are parallel, so it is just Q. Right, so the answer would be 4P plus Q. For the second part, AX. So we need to connect A with X. So this would be AX. So AX follows a path A to B and B to X. So let me write it down. AX is AB plus B to X. What is AB? A to B we have given is 3P, right? And what is B to X? B to X is in the ratio of 3. So, and the total we have is 5. So it would be 3 by 5 of Q, right? So A to B is just 3P plus B to X is in a ratio of 3, and 3 plus 2 would be 5. So 3 by 5 of Q. So this would be 3P plus 3 by 5Q. Now for the third part, we need to find EX. Okay, so where is E to X? Let me connect it first. Okay, E to X follows a path of E to C and then C to X. So EC and OB, these are parallel. So if OB is 4P, EC is also 4P, right? And then C to X. What is C to X? C to X is in the downward direction, as you can see. X to C, we have given X to C is in the ratio of 2. So X to C is 2 by 5 of Q. So it would be C to X would be negative of 2 by 5 of Q, right? So let me write it down. E to X is EC and CX. E to C plus C to X. So let me explain it one more time. E to C and O to B. These two sides are parallel because it is a parallelogram. If OB is 4P, then EC is also 4P. So EC is 4P plus CX. So as we know that X to C is 2 by 5 of Q and C to X would be negative 2 by 5 of Q. So the answer would be 4P minus 2 by 5 of Q. Question number 9. In triangle ABC, AC, BC and angle BAC is given to us. Now for the first part, we need to calculate the angle ABC. ABC, this angle we are going to calculate. So we have given the two sides and one angle. So here we can use law of sine. Right? So we need to find the sine angle B, and we have given the angle A and the side A. So we can use sine B over B would be equals to sine A over A. Right? So the angle B would be equals to sine inverse of B by A into sine of A. Right? So it would be sine inverse of what is B and what is A? So the front side of B is 6.4, and for A it is 9.5, and sine of angle A is 79 degrees. Okay, so first let me find sine 79 times 6.4 divides 9.5, doing a sine inverse. This would be 41.39 degrees. 41.4 degrees we can say. Now for the second part, calculate the area of a triangle ABC. Okay, to get the area of a triangle, as you can see, this angle we got is 41.4. How can we find this angle? By doing sum of all sides of a triangle is by using sum of all angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So this angle plus 79 and then subtracting with 180, this would be 59.6. Okay, so if angle C is 59.6 and we know the two sides, we can easily find out the area of the triangle ABC by using the formula that area would be equals to half the side AC, the side BC, and sine of C. Right, so it would be half the side AC. A to C is 6.4, so let me write down 6.4, and BC, so as you can see B to C is 9.5, and sine of angle C that we just got it, that is 59.6. Right, so let me simplify it. First we need to find sine of that angle times 9.5 times 6.4 and times 0.5. This would be 26.22 centimeter square. 26.22 centimeter square. Now for the B part, the same triangle ABC forms the horizontal base of a pyramid ABCD. We have given BD and CD, and the angle A and D are 90. BAD and CAD is 90 degree. Okay, now for the first part we need to calculate angle BDC. So where is BDC? If we are going to use this triangle BDC, this angle we need to find. We know the side BD, the side DC, and the side BC. Now all the three sides we have given, we need to find this angle. So we are going to use law of cosine in this case. So we are going to use law of cosine. Since we need to find the angle D, so we can do D square would be equals to B square plus C square minus 2BC cos angle D. So the angle D would be equals to cos inverse of B square plus C square minus D square divides 2BC. Now D would be equals to cos inverse of, now what is B? So B is 8.2. So it is 8.2 whole square plus C, the front of angle C is 9.8. This is 9.8 whole square minus D, the front of the D is 9.5. This would be 9.5 whole square divides 2, the B is 8.2, into the C value is 9.8. Okay, let me calculate that angle. So first let me do the denominator. 2 times 8.2 times 9.8. So the denominator is 160.72. Okay, now 8.2 square and then plus 9.8 square, and then subtract 9.5 square, and then divide by 160.72, and then doing cos inverse is 62.97, or we can say 63 degrees is that angle D. Okay, now for the second part, calculate the angle of elevation of D from C. Okay, so how can we calculate the angle of elevation of D from point C? This angle we need to calculate, right? So if I can draw this triangle separately over here, D, A, and C, this triangle. So you can see this A is a right angle. We have C over here and D at the top, right? A to C we don't know. C to D is 8.2, and yeah, AC, this is AC, sorry, 6.4. We need to find the angle of elevation of D from a point C. This angle we need to find, and since it is a right angle triangle, we can find the angle C by using the trigonometric ratios. So this is angle C, so this is the adjacent and this side is hypotenuse. So we can apply the cosine, because cos of angle C would be equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So what is angle C? Angle C would be 6.4 divided 8.2, and doing cos inverse, this would be 38.69 degrees. Let me write it down. It would be 38.7 degrees. Correct to one decimal place. Question number 10 in A part. Amira's drive 40 kilometer to work. So the total distance would be 40 kilometer. Now for the A part, Amira's take X minutes to drive the first 30 kilometers of the journey. So the time is X minutes and the distance is 30 kilometer. Show that her average speed in kilometer per hour. Average speed in kilometer per hour for the first 30 kilometer for the journey is this. So as we know that the speed is distance over time. So the distance is 30 kilometer and the time is X minutes. As we can see, it is X minutes. So we can convert minutes into hours by dividing by 60. So it would be 30 times 60 divides X. So it would be 3 times 6 is 18 and double 0. So 1800 dividing by X matches with our answer. Now for the B part, Amira's average speed in kilometer per hour for the final 10 kilometers of the journey is this, the rest of the 10, right? And the first 30 we have given in the first part. Her average speed for the first 30 kilometer of the journey is 8 kilometer per hour slower than her average speed for the final 10 kilometer. Form an equation in X and show that it simplifies to this. By using this information that her average speed for the first 30 kilometer of the journey is, so what is average speed for first 30 kilometer of the journey is 1800 dividing by X. This is our average speed for the first 30 kilometer. This would be equals to 8 kilometer per hour slower than her average speed for the final 10 kilometer. This would be the final 10 kilometer. 600 divides X minus 25 and subtract 8 kilometer per hour. 8 because it is slower, right? So this would be the equation in terms of X. So let me simplify this equation now. So it would be 1800 dividing by X. This would be equals to 600 minus 8 is going to multiply with this expression. It is 8x minus minus would be plus. So 8 times 25 is 200. Plus 200, it is going to divide with x minus 25. Okay, now we are going to do a cross multiplication here. So 1800x and 25 times 1800 is 45,000 minus 45,000. This would be equal to, x is going to multiply with this numerator, 600x minus 8x square plus 200x, right? Now let me arrange the terms, shifting all of them to the left side. So it would be negative 8x square, positive 1800x, negative 600x, negative 200x, and negative 45,000. This would be equals to 0. Okay, now let me arrange the simplify the x terms. 1800 subtract 600 subtract 200. This would be 1000. So plus 1000 x minus 45,000. Okay, we got this. Now let me compare it with this equation. So as we can see, the x square coefficient is 1. So let me make it 1 by dividing it by negative of 8. All of the terms are going to divide with negative 8. It would be x square. 1000 divides negative 8 would be negative of 125x, and negative of 45,000 divides negative 8. This would be equals to positive or divides. Oh, I messed up. So I just shift this 8 to the left. It would be positive of 8. And we are dividing with positive of 8, right? So this term would be positive and this term would be negative. Yes. So it would be 5625. So we have 5625 would be equals to 0. So this matches with the given equation, as you can see. X square plus 125x minus 5625. So x square minus 125x minus 5625 equals to 0. Now for the C part, solve the equation, show your working, and give each answer correct to one decimal place. So as this is we have given a quadratic equation, we can solve it by using a quadratic formula. So let me substituting the values. X would be equals to negative of b. So b is 125. Plus minus square root b square is 125 square minus 4 into a into c, and then dividing by 2 times of a is 1, right? Okay, so we have x would be equals to negative of 125 plus minus square root. Okay, so as we have negative times negative would be positive, we have 4 times 1 times 5625, and then add in 125 square. This would be 38125 with a square root, and then dividing by 2 times 1 would be 2. Okay, now we have 2x value with the positive square root and the negative square root. So let me do it one by one. So we have negative of 125, positive square root 38125, and then dividing by 2, 35.128. Correct to one decimal place, it would be 35.1. Now for the second value, negative of 125, negative of square root 38125 divides 2. This is negative 160.1, right? Now for the D part, it takes Amira's 25 minutes less to drive the final 10 kilometer than it takes for the first 30 kilometers. Calculate Amira's average speed in kilometer per hour for the whole journey. So as we know that the average speed would be equals to distance over time taken. So the distance is 40 kilometer. And what is the time taken? As we can see, for 30 kilometer, the time taken is x. And for the 10 kilometer, the time taken is x minus 25. So we got the two values of x from our part C. So here we are going to use a positive x value, not the negative one, right? So the positive x value is 35.1. So the total time taken is for the whole 40 kilometer journey is x, and then plus x minus 25. This is in terms of minutes, and we need to convert it in terms of hours by dividing it by 60, right? So, and substituting the x value of 35.1. So the speed would be 40 times 60 divides 2x minus 25. Right now, 4 times 6 would be 24, and double zero, we have 2 times x, subtract 25, what it would be. So 2 times 35.1 and subtract 25, this would be 45.2. And 2400 divides 45.2, it would be 53.09. Yes, so it would be 53.1 kilometer per hour. So this is the last question of our paper. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Take care.